Well, Anand, this was a dramatic series of events towards the fag end of the hearing. Remember, it was the central government that was making its submissions before the honourable bench of the Chief Justice. But what is very interesting is, in spite of some situations that we saw throughout the day, at the fag end of the hearing, there was a dramatic. And Anand, what is very interesting is the fact that the government before now has refused to give an assurance that there will be a revocation of the President's rule till the High Court disposes of or makes this judgment known in this particular petition, which was filed by Harish Rawat challenging the imposition of 356. It was that a stand of the government where the government completely washed its hands of an assurance, which was contrary to the position earlier.
Right.
Attorney who had made appearances before the division bench of the Honourable High Court, wherein the attorney given an oral assurance that till at least the 17th there would be no revocation of the President's rule. The Congress fears that if a revocation happens tonight, say for instance, Anand, and there is an invitation for the BJP to give a floor test on the in the Assembly, that would be a great travesty, because the first opportunity for a floor test, according to the Congress, should be reserved for the incumbent Harish Rawat. So that is the crux, Anand. The High Court expressing deep displeasure, saying do not provoke us, keeping the matter up for tomorrow. Possibly operative part of the ruling could be made out, given this that has occurred at the end of the hearing today before the division bench of the Uttarakhand High Court.
We need to look at it in the larger context. There was an assurance which was asked at that time up to the dates which were being heard, and that was the understanding. The court has asked for a clarification on that. Yeah. Obviously, when the Attorney General himself was here, that clarification cannot be without speaking to the Attorney General, because there is and we need to understand it in the larger context in terms of the constitutional scheme, in terms of the institutional mechanism that exists, and the political process which has its own standing in this entire process. So therefore, whether a revocation can take place, whether there can be a restriction on a revocation, whether these are larger questions. But however, since the Honourable Court has asked a query, obviously an answer will be forthcoming by tomorrow, as time has been fixed at 2 o'clock.
And there was also this observation saying, do not provoke us. If this is the behaviour, the attitude of the central government, then we will be looking to pass orders.
Well, I mean, if you have to look at only comments of the Honourable Court, then observations also. In those observations, we need to make good also the observations in terms of the sting. There were very strong observations on the sting. After all, it is the first time we have seen a sitting chief minister literally trying to buy out MLAs on TV, and that is also an extremely important. So I don't think one should ever pick up comments or observations and try to focus on one particular one. Look at the entire scheme of all the arguments. Obviously, everyone is going to put forth this. Something extremely crucial happened today in the petition in para 16, of which you notice they have said that there was no division asked for. Today, during the arguments, the petitioners have clearly acknowledged the fact that yes, division was asked for by 27 people from the BJP.
Yeah.
So when they are
also countering your number of 35.
Even if they are countering the number of 35 according to Rule 296, it is very clear that if a division is asked for, then obviously a division must take place. So when they have argued it, first, they have clearly said in the petition that it was not asked for. Then you today in the argument say that it was asked for. Some would even say that this is making the writ almost infructuous.